Welcome back to At the Mic with Michael Schumacher, brought to you by JR's Oasis. More than a fuel station, more than a convenience store. It is your one-stop travel shop on Fox Sports Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, Vermilion, and Yankton. And today we're talking a little Viborg Hurley track and field. We have Olivia, Hanson, and Ava Marts. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing good. Doing good. How are you?
Hey, better than I deserve. So glad to get a chance to talk to you guys. But I tell you what, for people that don't know you, why don't you just take a moment to tell us a little bit about yourselves, your family, background, hobbies, interests, stuff like that, and then we'll kind of move from there.
My name is Ava Marts, and I'm a junior here at Viborg Hurley. I have a younger brother named Ethan, and my two parents, Amanda and Jerry. And for my hobbies, I really like track. It's probably my favorite sport. I also do volleyball and basketball, and I like to go camping and boating and hanging out with my friends and going shopping, anything like that.
All right.
I am Olivia. I have two older brothers, Nick and Brandon. My parents are named Neil and Jenny Hanson. I play track and basketball and volleyball. And my favorite hobbies are playing sports, hanging out with my friends, and just going shopping and stuff.
All right. Excellent. Well, I tell you what, so what are the events that you guys specialize in when you're in track and field?
For me, Ava, javelin is, I would say, is definitely my specialty, but I also do shot put and discus.
For me, this is Olivia, and I mostly focus on javelin, but I also do high jump and then just other running events such as like the 4x2.
Okay, so both into javelin. What is it about javelin that is so appealing? Because you guys are both in the top 10 in Class B, so it's not just appealing. You guys are good at it. What is it about that event that appeals to you? And then what about your other ones? Because, the difference is, Olivia, you're in more of a sprint, and then the high jump. Ava, you're doing the other kind of weight events. So it feels like the javelin's the one crossover. So how do you reconcile those two things?
I think it's funny because our freshman year, javelin was kind of new, and we just kind of decided to go for it and give it a try. And, yeah, this is kind of what came out of it. We've had some pretty good coaches that have helped us, and we have a lot of fun competing. So it's just kind of something that we decided to try for fun, and now it's something that we compete in competitively and also have fun with. So, yeah.
All right. Well, and like you said, javelin is pretty new, so it's not like you have these other generations of athletes who have done it before. What does it feel like to be part of one of those new sports and kind of be paving the way?
It's really fun, but when we started, there wasn't really anybody who did it at our school. And then once we started doing it, we got on the records and started getting first and second. For our school and everything, so it's kind of fun to see that.
Yeah, it's cool to represent our school and just the event itself, and I think it kind of helps other people kind of want to try it too. So it's kind of cool to be a part of.
Well, and how nice is it to have a friendly competition within your school? I mean, you guys are able to push each other. Are you guys able to offer each other advice, because you're still both probably in the learning process of it as well? Does it help you to have that teammate that is in the same boat as you?
Yeah, definitely. At practice, we always try to help each other with what we're doing wrong or what we need to fix.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. We always give each other feedback, and we kind of do everything together. Most meets we're in the same flight, so we always warm up together and go through all of our stretches and everything, and it's pretty cool.
It's nice to have another person do it with you.
Yes, it makes it more fun.
Well, I bet it is. I bet that is exciting to have that. And like I said, you're both in the top 10, so both have a chance to go to state. What are some of your goals and for yourself and for the team this season?
I think a big goal for me, Ava, is to make it on podium at state track, which would be top 8. That's a pretty big goal for me. So,
this is Olivia. I'd probably say just keep consistent, because right now I'm 4th, so I would like to stay there for state or even higher.
All right. Now, is this something? So you're both in a lot of activities, a lot of athletics and stuff. As juniors, are you starting to think about what you want to do after high school, and would track or with javelin be part of that, or do you guys have other plans?
I don't really have any plans right now. This is Olivia, by the way. But I have thought about maybe doing javelin in college, but I don't know. It's not for sure yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I know for me, Ava, I never really wanted to do sports in college, but recently, like, some coaches have been reaching out, and they've kind of been making me think about it, and I think it'd be pretty fun just because I enjoy javelin so much, and I think it'd be cool to go to college for it. So maybe
All
I'll
right.
consider that.
All right. Well, excellent. Well, we're going to talk a little bit more about that, but I told you I like to ask some icebreakers. You guys willing to answer a few?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. First one final meal. What would you have?
Oh my.
That's hard.
I'd probably say like chicken Alfredo or something like that.
Okay.
I think for me, Ava, I'd have to go with, like, a good steak meal with some potatoes and maybe some, like, cooked veggies or, like, ice cream for dessert, too.
All right. Now, for that steak, how's that prepared? And do you have a specific cut in mind?
Probably by my dad. He makes really good steak, I think, and medium's the way to go, I think.
It is. I think so too. And I always say this. My dad doesn't listen to my show because he's not a sports fan, so I can say this. I love him to death, but he gets his steaks done, well done. And every time I hear him order it, I cringe just a little bit.
Yeah, that's different for sure.
Yeah, it is. And sometimes I question if we're related. I know we are, but man, yeah, I hear that and I'm just like, no, I don't know. So medium rare, that's perfect. All right, excellent. Now, are you two fans of music?
Yes.
All right.
Big fan.
If you could see any three musical artists from throughout history, so living or dead, live in concert, who would you want to see?
Oh my.
I've never thought about that.
Maybe like Michael Jackson, Beyonce, and probably like Olivia Rodrigo.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, I'm a big country fan, so I think it'd have to be Chris Stapleton. I've always wanted to see Chris Stapleton. And I think another one would be Tyler Childers. And then I think my last one would have to be a little different maybe, and I would go like Olivia Dean.
All right, Olivia Dean. I don't believe I know her. What does she perform?
I think like pop mostly, I would say.
She's
yeah.
pretty new.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like a younger new artist.
All right, so I might be old, but it's not just because I'm old. It's because she's new. So, okay, I can live with that. All right, excellent. Now, for this one, assume all of your basic life needs are met. So you have guaranteed basic levels of food, shelter, clothing, and transportation. So you don't want for anything. Money is no object, but you can only buy one thing. You can upgrade one of those basic life needs or buy something completely different. What would you buy?
Oh my. I don't know. Maybe like my dream house.
Yeah, for sure. I think I would do the same.
All right. What would that dream house entail? Do you know kind of what you'd want, where you'd want it?
Like somewhere in the country, just a big white house.
Yeah, I think for me, same. Like, definitely the country. Maybe like a little farm with obviously a big white house and probably a pool and a garden, a big like flower garden or something.
All right. Hey, I like it. I like the idea. That is excellent. Now, you can travel back to any point in the Earth's history one time, and you're guaranteed safe return. To when are you traveling and why?
Huh.
Time when there was no cell phones, for God's sake, please.
Yeah, honestly, I've thought about that. Like, it'd be like different to live a life without a cell phone.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably like somewhere in the 1900s, maybe. Just like
Probably like the 70s or something like that. 70s or 80s.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, I like that because, I grew up in the 80s and it was easier to stay in the moment because you weren't checking your phone. You didn't know somebody was going to text you, anything like that. And B, I'm a firm believer that comparison is the thief of joy. And so often social media, we're comparing to what somebody's putting on whatever,
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
And it's their absolute best moment. Heck, that was probably the fourth take they took of that picture to get the absolute correct look. And then you feel bad.
At least 4.
Yeah, exactly. And, so it's you're comparing yourself to their very best moment. And so, no, I agree completely. Growing up, I was an only child and I grew up on a farm south of Crofton. The amount of time I could spend just riding my bike, pretending something up and down throughout the farm was amazing, as now I look at my phone and I try to find something to do for 10 minutes. So, no,
Right.
I agree completely. Our fashion choices might not have been the best, but it was a great time to live. So, no, I love that idea.
Yeah.
All right. Now, finally, as you guys go through life, and this can be a celebrity, it can be somebody close to home, and you can have more than one answer. But as you go through life, who is someone or are some people that you hold up as examples and say, if I can live life like her or him, I'm going to consider myself a success?
For me, Ava, my mind immediately always goes to my family when people ask me that. Like, I think mostly for sure, my grandma and my mom, and even my dad, too, really, like, just, I'd want to be like them because they hold their values pretty good, and they're just, I think, I don't know, it's a lot, but they're just all around good people, and I want to be like them. So,
Yeah.
they're good examples for me.
All
And to
right.
get to, like, live life with them is it's a blessing.
Well, good.
For me, Olivia, I'd probably say my mom and my grandma, because they've gone through a lot and they're, still here fighting through. And my mom, she's gone through a lot, done a lot of jobs and everything, and created a life for herself. So I really want to aspire to be like her.
Hey, if your best examples of how to live life are close to home, there is nothing better than that. If you don't have to look beyond those four walls, that is great to hear. So I'm so glad you guys were able to say that. And thank you so much for answering the icebreakers. I know when you probably heard it, you're like, oh, what is he going to ask? You guys did great. So, but we're going to circle back with a little track and field and a little life, and then we'll let you guys go if that works.
Nope.
Awesome.
All right. So, kind of about a month left in the season, in the track and field season. Do you feel like you're progressing the way you want? And what do you think you need to do to achieve those goals that we talked about earlier?
Definitely progressing. I think from the beginning of the season, we've definitely gotten a lot better.
Yes.
We definitely have more to come. I think we can accomplish our goals.
Yeah, I know for me, Ava, I've had some setbacks, and I'm trying to bounce back from that. But I've continued to impress myself pretty good by just practicing and improving every meet, and being more consistent is a big thing for me. I know last year I wasn't very consistent. I think this year I'm really picking up on consistency, which is good, and I'm glad.
Yeah, we both have off days, but there's always some meets where we just didn't feel good.
Yeah.
Feels like we've come back to it.
Yes.
All right. And what would you think if somebody were to ask you, because again, now you guys are the trailblazers in javelin here. If somebody were to ask you, what's the biggest thing somebody should work on or start with if they want to get into javelin?
I'd say probably, I don't know.
I think the biggest thing would be like patience, because there's so much that goes into javelin, and there's so much like technique. Like, it looks pretty easy, like you would just throw it, but there's a lot of stuff that goes into like making it a perfect throw and everything like that. So I think the key thing is just patience, because there's a lot to build up to, and sometimes you start pretty like slow, and there's a lot to learn. So
you build up from what you started at.
yes.
All right. And the final thing is, oftentimes we just assume, oh, Class AA does better than Class A does better than Class B. If a person looks at the leaderboards in javelin, Class B, you guys have so many more that are doing better than in Class A. To what do you attribute that? And a lot of schools that have more than one athlete doing well. Do you think people need to recognize that Class B isn't, just because it's smaller doesn't mean it's worse, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think we're underestimated sometimes just because we're small, but some of us are pretty fortunate to have good coaches and good teammates and everything. So I think we just kind of get lucky maybe, and like we work hard too. There's a lot of stuff that goes into the athletes too, not just the coaches. So I think we have pretty good work ethic that comes with that.
Well, and along those lines, Viborg Hurley athletics, both boys and girls, has had a lot of success over the last handful of years for sure. To what do you attribute that?
Well, we at our school we don't really have a track or anything, so we put a lot of work into what we can do, and yeah, we just work really hard for what we got.
Yeah, we do. And I think, again, a big thing is hard work and just working toward a goal that you really want. So I think a lot of us athletes have that here is hard work.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you guys go. You guys were great. This was enjoyable. I'm looking forward to seeing how you guys do the rest of the season, and hopefully knocking on wood here that you guys are both making it to state. Maybe we can talk before state if that would work for you guys.
Yes, thank you. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah.
It was nice talking to you as well. You guys have a great rest of your day, okay?
You too.
All right.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sweet. Sweet. Sweet.